Meat blade with eater, steak blade and innovative device project, transparency of some community.
Hello, crypto. How's everybody doing out there? I hope you're doing well. Happy Thanksgiving to all the Americans. Hope you're all having a nice day with your families and drinking, eating, doing whatever it is you do for relaxation, fun, and enjoyment. Plenty to be thankful for, that's for sure. So, going to pop in and have a pretty quick stream tonight. Just want to fly through all the stats, have a quick look at what's going on in Blaze, Diamonds, and what's happened with Titan X and X28. So the market looks ready. It looks freaking primed to go. It really does. Fingers crossed that, yeah, fast up, dude. Here for the tech. We all are, my friend. We all are all about the tech. We built some pretty awesome tech. We're working on some pretty awesome tech. So, ETH as awesome tech. Yeah, back up over 3K. It's funny, I was chatting to Utah Crypto today just about portfolios, and it's August portfolio was looking really healthy in August. Not just as healthy right this minute in time. And you know, ETH was pushing 4,800 there back in August, and I think it was August anyway, but a few months back. Fingers crossed, we start to get a little bit of reversal here, you know, reclaiming 3K. There's a little bit of bullishness coming back into the market. Yeah, fingers crossed. This will be the start of a nice, even a little bit of a pump. Even if we have some more pullbacks, it's all good. We're here for a long time. So, but it would be nice just to see the sentiment shift a little bit. That fear and greed was really taking hold of everything for the last month or so, last couple of months. So fingers crossed. Here we are starting to get a little bit of relief, and people can then begin to speculate. And we had the Ouroboros, the AU buy and burn fired a few days ago. 150K of buy and burns were initiated to pump the absolute shit out of the AU token. Now, it has had a major pullback. It started off at about a penny. It ripped up to $1.80. $1.80 from a penny, but it has subsequently pulled all the way back. I think it tapped the low of 29 cents, and it's sitting somewhere around 40 now. And ORX, hopefully a little bit of the bleed has stopped in ORX as well. So that we've seen the buy and burn and the effect of the buy and burn there a few days ago. We have also seen the effect of a buy and burn a few weeks back when Dragon X fired up their buy and burn. We saw everything in Titan X pretty much do a double or close to that day. Sorry, maybe 80% was the highest. I'm maybe getting ahead of myself there, but we did see just with the Dragon X buy and burn turned on for something like 5.5 hours, 5.5 hours. The buy and burn was activated. I think it was buying half an ETH every 30 minutes, something like that. Well, we've seen the effect there. So, Taurus has got a buy and burn, shit load of money in it, and we at Diamonds, we're only a couple of weeks in. I think we are on day 16, something like that. Only a couple of weeks in, and we've got somewhere around 100K in our buy and burn. Now we have made a decision. Obviously, our buy and burn ban out the LP started off in Ethereum. So 60% of the ETH that comes into the Diamonds protocol gets stored for the for buying and storing it up to buy the token off the market and add to the LP to thicken that LP up over time. So that and the BAM and the simple straight buy and burn, there's about 100 grand's worth of value accrued across both of those. And as I say, most of those funds began their life in ETH, and they get replenished by ETH coming into the system. But we had decided to run through our buy and burns in terms of get it from the ETH to Titan X. And a big part of our protocol is taking that Titan X and transforming or buying X20 or X28 and then pairing with X28, or using the main pair of diamonds is with X28. So the buy and burn runs through that pool. But one of the first missions of diamonds was to try to get X28 back to parity with Titan X. Now, in the stream on Tuesday, we seen our buy and burn buy up X28 enough to just touch the just below parity. So technically, the parity is obviously a 1-to-1. The goal and the part of get the reason we wanted to get X28 back to parity with Titan X is that every time somebody, if it's close to parity or above, if you transform your Titan X to the Omnichain X28 token, when you do that, you get an equal amount of the X28 that you put in, 1 billion Titan X in, 1 billion X28 out, but 50% of the Titan X gets burned. So we're always talking about build on Titan X protocols, trying to burn supply of Titan X. X28 was a great creation to go multi-chain, but also a great way to reduce the supply of Titan X, get those trillions knocked down as fast as possible. And that has slowed up a lot. So X28 is a very, very good way to reduce supply. Now, yes, obviously it mints the same amount on the other side, but it actually takes, if you imagine, it burns 50% of the Titan X. The other 50% of the Titan X gets used on the other side to buy and burn X28. So there's no extra value created there. It just basically gets rid of 50% of the Titan X from the Ethereum side. Now, at just before parity, so whenever we get to 0.98 of a Titan X, that was when our buy and burn was shifting from simply buying and stocking up X28 to run it through that X28 transform function. And it's an absolute thing of beauty. Let's get straight into it, and I'll bring up the screen and just show what's been going on with since say we only tapped this point where it would begin to transform. It had, and once it drops back down below that 0.98 ratio, so we didn't want it to wait until it hit 1-to-1. We wanted to be able to activate just beforehand because the benefit is there, whatever it's happening. But it's probably going to keep, dropping down just below parity as people that have maybe bought over the last few months see profit, can take the profit, or just want to exit back out of X28, back into Titan X. They'll continually do that if it's close to parity. So let's get the screen up. We've looked at this in quite a lot of detail over the last few months. So we've covered this many weeks now, that this is roughly when we sort of put our flag in the sand and said we were launching diamonds. Big part of the protocol was to main liquidity pool was going to be with X28. That one of the main goals was to get this thing back to parity. We had the launch of the diamond NFTs, a nice run up for that, then a little bit of a lull, and then obviously when the protocol kicked off here, just a few days before and from here, 11th of November, we've just seen a nice steady rise of our buy and burn, continually buying this up, getting closer and closer to parity. Now, an important thing to look at is one, I suppose you could say, the lack of transactions. If we flick down, let's see how this goes. If we go back maybe more than 48 hours, you will have been able to see, okay, so here's a perfect example. You will have seen our buy and burn. This is 4 days ago, just all these $100 buys. Let me scroll down just a little bit more. because this is quite important just to see what is going on and how this token has been brought to parity. And remember, it's goal number 1 of the Diamonds Protocol. The other goals, we're going to fucking crush them too. Let's see. What's Utah saying? I'm secretly listening at family Thanksgiving dinner. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. So I just fucking rugged myself. Sometimes if you use too many fingers on the little scroll pad, you hit back accidentally and back to the previous web page. So that kind of sucks. But let me get this screen share back up. Okay, still in exactly the same place. Okay, so all these buys where our bandworm was set to just continually every hour or every 30 minutes nibble away and buy an additional $100 worth of X28. You'll see little sales coming in, but all along this was all for a couple of weeks there, maybe 10 days, maybe a little bit more. It was just continually whacking $100 at a time to buy up X28. And that was what you've seen in the chart, just this kind of run up. And then on Tuesday, when we finally ticked over that point where we transform, you can see here that we are 0.9845. Once it ticked over past this 0.98 number, that's when the transform started to happen. So you can see here in the buys, I'll just keep going up. You can see here in the buys that there's $58 going in. So these $100 buys was about $110 a pop. So you can see now that they have kind of halved $58. So that is what's happening there. That's the tight necks. They were sending the 100 odd bucks worth of tight necks through the minter. Half the tight necks is disappearing, and these are all tight necks ban and burning X28. So, and then we're obviously getting the X28 to our wallet as well. So that's what all these buys are. So tight necks, buying up X28 and burning it. So it's a great system that is underutilized in the ecosystem at this minute in time. Very much so. And we're hoping with what we're doing here that X28 needs utility, it needs use cases. We've got an absolutely fantastic one in diamonds. There are other builders in tight necks that have put their Inferno X's there. The Dude and James have got a few things built over there. Flare is an omni-chain token. So there's a number of things that are already created to be paired and work with X28. And hopefully with what we're doing here, many more will come. So this is that we're very proud of what we've done here. We are very proud. We haven't had, the protocol's been running for 14 days. We haven't had much support from the community or from other builders. We're putting all this information out. It's not getting shared too far and wide, but we're happy to just continually work our asses off, knuckle down, and do what needs to be done. We're bringing some real benefits to the ecosystem, and we're educating people here. We're teaching people what the possibilities are, because a lot of people, don't see where the possibility is. And if we unite like we were before, of builders working together, community working together, we can really turn this into something. And this is just the first step. So part number 1, as I say, was getting this thing back to parity. We're happy at this ratio. Doesn't need to hit 1 exactly. Who knows? It can go over. Once it goes over, there's an arb opportunity there for people to mint and sell back into tight necks. But as long as we're close, we are happy to be finally contributing to removing tight necks from the market. And an easy way to have a look at that is, you see all these buys, all these $50 buys, that each one kind of represents us sending tight necks to, hope this doesn't, tight necks through the X28 minter. We have a June dashboard which gives the stats I wonder is this, he pulled this up. Okay, so you can see here, we have sent in just 2 days, we've sent 131 billion Titan X through the minter, and that has subsequently burned 65 billion Titan X. So, I mean, considering our burn only began on Tuesday, 48 hours ago, I'm pretty happy that we've, you know, we've sent more than 1 billion an hour through the minter. So we've burned 65 billion X28, and we've also burned 65 billion Titan X in the process. So performing extremely well at this minute in time, and hopefully over time we get more participation, more community support, because that, you know, it's like everything, the protocols need users. It needs to have funds continually coming in. But at this minute in time, we're really happy with the start, really happy with goal number 1, and it's looking good. So a thing we've got to look at as well, to gauge, diamonds is obviously built on top of Blaze. So the supply of diamonds, you have to go one-to-one with Ethereum, and the equal value of Ethereum and Blaze in gets you the amount of Blaze back in diamonds. So if you put $100, 100 Blaze in to mint diamonds, you will get, and you have to match the value of that 100 Blaze with the same value of ETH and mint it, and that will give you 100 diamonds. So a really good indication of how things are going is the auction in Blaze every day. Well, we're ticking down too. I mean, we're down 5,866 tokens a day now. On this show, no more than a month ago, we were kind of going, we're going to get under 6,000 a day pretty soon. You know, the fact that that's ticked by, we haven't mentioned it since, and it's already down another 100, almost 150 tokens a day. So the inflation of this thing does decline pretty rapidly over time. One of the beauties of both of these protocols, Blaze supply each day goes down by 0.08% a day for 18 years. Okay, so this thing, and it's fully decentralized. There are no tweaks to this protocol. The only this is built for a long time. It just chugs along. It doesn't fuck about. It just does what it does every single day. Then Diamonds is built to try to remove as much Blaze supply from the market as possible. And that is goal number 2. Goal number 2 is to reduce the liquid supply of Blaze by as much as possible. When we can do that, these two protocols start to work together very, very well. Beautiful, harmonious synchronicity, but a good indication of how things are going. These tokens that are up for grabs every day, we want to see this ROI starts off at 1,700% most days, with the amount of tokens based on the amount of tokens and the value of the token on that given day. So it can go up, can go down, but around this figure, it's somewhere around 1,700%. And as people come in to put their Ethereum in to get some of these Blaze tokens, this ROI goes down. The closer that it gets to zero, it indicates the more appetite for the token that there is. More appetite for the Blaze token is whenever this ROI goes down as close to zero as possible. We have seen many days where it closes under zero. We had we had an auction a couple of days ago where there was 25% left in the table. So anybody that participated that day got their tokens at a 25% discount on the market value. This goes hand in hand. The ROI coming down shows that people want the tokens, but that matched with the Blaze token not dumping. Let me see. Sorry. The Blaze token not dumping. Now you might say it's down. What are we down? 6% on the daily. I mean, that's really not a lot to worry about. That's a kind of standard thing. That 6% is probably due to this one wallet, 94C7, selling $400 worth. Who knows why? But in my opinion, not dipping too much on the daily basis, and the participants in the auction shows that people want the Blaze tokens. And let's have a quick look. So we're going to the diamonds, and we're thinking about supply off the market. Getting Blaze supply off the market helps this diamonds protocol, which then in turn helps Blaze. We have we're doing pretty well. This stake number of Blaze, whenever diamonds launched, this was down at, I think, about 71%. So we have got taken this percentage up. So we have already staked 8% of the Blaze that is out there. Now this figure is bobbing around 80 at the minute, and the reason it's bobbing around 80 is because we need to increase this. We need to match it with the amount of Blaze coming out every day. So as long as we are getting, somewhere around 4,000 Blaze in and staked each day, then we can continue to keep this. If this is dropping, then we're not getting as much Blaze in. Blaze that comes in to diamonds, 80% of it gets staked. 80% of it gets staked and ends up in here. So the 4,000 Blaze isn't the exact figure, but it's somewhere around there that we want to be bringing in on a daily basis and getting into this staking pool to let this number continually go up. The liquid supply, this is the kind of crazy stat in terms of, we're into week 3. So let's just check. We are on day 17. So we're into the 3rd week of the protocol. The first week, launch week, I think we brought in somewhere around, I can't even remember now. I'm going to say somewhere around, it was 10 grand somewhere around 100K in week 1, and somewhere around 20K in week 2. Even 20K into the protocol a week helps all these things go up. So far this week, in the first 2 days, I think we've brought in, where are we sitting at? We're sitting at about $4,000 in. So we're not far off where we need to be just to keep this number from going down. Obviously, we want more people coming in to the protocol, participating, and helping us continually take this Blaze supply off the market. Remember, I was saying, these things are built for a long time. A lot of this stuff doesn't need to happen very quickly. The Blaze over time is going to get easier. As the supply gets tighter, it is going to get easier to get it off the market. As soon as any positive price action happens in the markets, all the parts of this protocol, we have ETH and reward pools, we have ETH and auctions, and we have X28 for buy and burns. If any of these things start to move, all the things in this protocol start to come alive a little bit more, just like everything else in the Titan X ecosystem. So the supply, this is the kind of crazy thing when you look at the supply of Blaze. So the liquid supply is at this minute in time is only 453,000 Blaze. So that's only 15% of the token is in user hands. Now, if you compare 453,000 that is in user hands to the amount that this protocol in only 17 days has taken off the market and staked, remember, we got this up from 71 to 80%, this stake number of Blaze. In only 17 days, we rose that up to there. Remember, 453K. And if we look at the amount that we have already staked, so this is 80% of the Blaze that's come in. We have already brought in and staked 219,000 Blaze. So a third of the supply, a third of the liquid supply of Blaze, we have already taken into the Diamonds protocol, and it's staked for 2,888 days. I hope some of this stuff starts to click for people. Come into the auctions, get yourself some Blaze, put it in the diamonds, match it, get it off the market. This is the thing. The Blaze, when it gets staked, this is the other thing. You know, this is our share. The diamonds share of the Blaze staking pool is already up to 14%. So off the staking pool, the Blaze is a staking token, but it's always needed a little bit of life breathed back into it. And this is what Diamonds is designed to do. So we've already got 14% of the staking pool. So that means our guys in Diamonds that hold Diamond certificate NFTs, this is what will fuel their rewards every 28 days, is the Blaze staking payouts. So where am I going with this? The less supply that there is on the market to participate in this protocol, as the values of it grow, people then need to want to get their hands on Blaze to get some of the funds that's in the Diamonds protocol. They have to go into the Blaze auctions. When they go into the Blaze auctions, those reward pools fill up. It helps keep the price of the Blaze token from going down if that Blaze then gets put into the Diamonds protocol. And when that starts to happen, as the supply gets scarcer, the Blaze price can go up. It can put up the Diamonds price with it. And then there, as I say, the reward pools within Diamonds start to fill up. And everything just starts to work hand in hand together from that point. So if you haven't participated yet, now might be a good time to get in. There are, as I say, this thing doesn't need to run quick, fast, crazy. We're not promising any absolute mad gains. When I say mad, I'm talking about, you know, when you come to a lot of the Titan-X dashboards, what you get hit with is, you know, you put in $1,000 and you're going to have 150 grand in 200 days time. Miners in Diamonds take 100 days, but you can early claim anytime. But even at this minute in time, we've been saying don't market buy Diamonds, because there is far too much room for the price still to move down. It may not, it may not, but there's not really much point in buying Diamonds. Now, I bought 10 today. I bought 10 today, $33, bought 10, just because I don't hold any liquid. I'm all in miners, but there's not a lot of volume on the token. And because, as I say, because most people at this early stage are mining, and most of the supply of Diamonds, most of the supply that came into the liquidity pool at the start, the people that bought off market at the beginning, most of the supply is already burnt. So it's so scarce on the market that I just wanted to grab a couple to have them in my wallet in case I want to throw some money into the weekly auction. But you know, the liquid supply of Diamonds is, what is the liquid supply? Sorry. Liquid 1,200. There's only 1,249 Diamonds liquid supply total, and we've actually burnt 1,600 in this time. So we've actually burnt more. You could say it's 50. You could say it's just over 50% of this supply, but we've burnt 1,600 tokens, and there's only 1,200 left out there. It's kind of fucking insane. And 1,000 of that, that gives the idea. 1,000 of those 1,200 that actually exist on the market are in the liquidity pool. There's only 158 diamond tokens in people's hands, and it disappeared off Dex Screener today. That's why I bought them today, because there was no transactions, there was no buys, no sales, and that's literally because there is so little on the market held by users. So with that said, that's why I'm saying it's not that there's not a lot. We'd like to see more participation, but it's not that there's not a lot of people playing. we've got quite a lot of miners going on, but market playing is market buying, market selling. Well, somebody look again. There you go. Look, somebody bought $250 worth today. Who knows why? And that was one day ago. Sorry, that was yesterday. But yeah, $250 were bought yesterday. But yeah, it's just so scarce in the market, and that's the way we want to keep it. There's so many reasons already, so many ways already to, you know, get rid of diamonds off the market. That auction ate up, the auction week one ate up so much of the supply. Did the same again on Tuesday there. So every week there's a pot of ETH, and people can come in and, forfeit their diamonds for a share of the ETH pool. So there's about $400 built up in this already this week, and there's only $133 worth of diamonds. So this is where people come in, say I wanted to throw 10 diamonds in. That's part of the reason I did buy them, in case I want to throw them in here. So yeah, I'm kind of getting the double on my money at this minute in time, throwing those 10 diamonds in, and kind of getting the double back in ETH at the end of the week. Now, that's obviously going to change. Every single miner that comes in, every single miner that gets started adds more ETH into this pool. So we'll take a quick look. I wonder, mining. We'll look at, we're mentioning there about not promising any absolutely crazy ROIs. We'll quickly look at the add to LP. So in here, we have $30,000 worth of X28 waiting to market buy and add to the LP. This is one of our kind of, we call it the buy and add, because it's literally going to use the X28, buy diamonds off the market and thicken up that LP pool to assist people that want to exit down the line. The idea behind these was to nice thick liquidity pool, a buy and burn that can continue buy up whenever this thing is starting to get to a point where it can't pay people. So what do we mean by that? If you look quickly, the ROI, none of these buy and burns actually kick in. If we look at the buy and burn as well, the buy and add, 30K of Titan X or X28 sitting waiting. The actual buy and burn is running through the process here. So there's another 6 or 15K worth of Titan X that will, at this minute in time, go through the minter to get us more X28 into this pool. Over here, we have 60K of X28 sitting, waiting to buy and burn the diamonds token. Now, this last part, our buy and burn works slightly different to everything else. The ETH that we get in can be used to buy X28 or Titan X, and the Titan X can then be used to buy and crush diamonds. But this doesn't actually kick in. So this isn't a system where people can come in and scalp it really quick, and people are going to get, a much bigger return than other people that are participating with the name at around the same time. The people will play it better than others, don't get me wrong. This is DeFi, but these actual buy and add that thickens the liquidity pool, that adds sell side liquidity, and this buy and burn that buys and burns a token to help keep pushing the price up. Neither of these are activated, and they won't activate until this ROI. So people coming in at the minute can put in, you put in one blaze, 14 cents. You're going to have to match that with the 14 cents of each just to get one diamond token, but you have to wait 100 days to get your diamond. So easy way to look at it is the double this price of blaze, because that's your matching with ETH, and that's this ROI is giving you, so say around an 11.5x of that will give you the price of diamonds. But the reality is, at this minute in time, you're getting a 10 or 11x on a miner. That means that is if the diamonds price does not change. If after 100 days the price is still here, at the very end, you would have your diamonds would be worth 11.5x of what you put in. Now, obviously, there's going to be a lot of things change in that time. We're saying this figure can come down well, but our buy and burns don't kick in until this is down at 100%. So we're kind of saying at this minute in time, and we may crank it up. It depends on, this is a safety net at the start of the protocol. The reality is all protocols need a little bit of time to find their feet, and we all need better market sentiments to really use the firepower that we have. It's why nobody's really utilizing these buy and burns, because we just need utilizing these things when the rest of the market is doing nothing. Just means everybody wants that little bit of profit as soon as they can get it. That is not the times that we want to be, pushing this stuff out. So, when you come into this protocol, think a little bit longer term. Think a little bit longer term of when markets start to turn, or even think about it in this way, that we're hoping that we can accrue enough value all continually that there's enough money to pay everybody that comes in their 100% at the end of 100 days. A double in 3 months, double with your investment in 100 days isn't a bad return at this minute in time. Now, I'm not saying we won't actually fire this up quicker. I'm not saying that this price won't stay up. You know, who knows? The past experience would say this can continually come down. But look, there's miners in profit at the minute. There are miners are in profit at the minute. There's people that can come in and sell and take their profit and leave. But players at this minute in time seem to be leaving their miners in the system to cook and go a little bit longer term. So we'll see what way that plays out. But in my opinion, and not financial advice, if you like what we're doing here and you like the goals that we're setting and the way we're trying to achieve them, it might be a good idea to start getting a few miners in now. You don't need to go crazy, but just remember, every little part of your Ethereum and Blaze that comes into this system gets put to use in a very, very good and intentional way. The Blaze gets locked off the market. Part of the Blaze goes to stakers. The Ethereum adds 60% of the Ethereum goes to add to the LP. And then we have 20% of the ETH also then goes into this weekly auction where people can come in and crush more diamonds to get more diamonds off the market, to make them more scarce. Lots of really nice moving parts in here. So if you want to come in and mine, you can come in with just ETH. If you use just ETH, it will actually market buy the Blaze for you. Again, this is another great way in the system. If you don't want to be bothered to go and participate in the auction to get some Blaze, you can just come in and fire ETH in. It will market by the Blaze, pushing the Blaze price up, helping the system again, and it will create your miner from there. If you do have Blaze, you can just enter the amount of Blaze you want in. So say you went into the auction and you've managed to get your hands on 1,000 Blaze. You can then match that with $147 of ETH, and that will get you your miner. That will earn you 1,000 Blaze in. That would actually earn you 10 diamonds a day. 10 diamonds a day. Remember, 100 days to get your miner. You accrue 1% of your allocation every day. So every day you'd be earning 10 diamonds if you put 1,000 Blaze in, and you can actually decide at any stage, okay, this thing's in profit. I want to, after 10 days, you've earned 100 diamonds. I want to take my 100 diamonds and sell them on the market for a profit. The other 800 that would, or 900 that would have got minted, they get forfeited and never come into existence. So it helps the system as well. Future supply doesn't come to market. It gets forfeited, and the diamonds then that you've got back, you've sold them on the market, or you've fired them into the staking for long-term staking pools, locks them off the market, or you throw them in to the weekly auction and those diamonds disappear forever. So lots of really nice moving parts here, and we are fucking focused on making a lot of this stuff happen. So like I say, you've seen the idea of X28 peg, why we're getting into X28. We've explained sorry, excuse me. I've explained just how much Blaze we've already managed to take off the market, and the benefit then whenever that supply gets tighter and tighter, that starts to fuel the system more, with people needing to go into the auctions to compete, then to get their hands on the Blaze, to come into diamonds to get their rewards. So just have a quick look at what we've got sitting in the staking protocols, the staking pools. So the staking, again, when you stake in diamonds, the minimum is 288 days and the maximum is 888. There's bonuses. The longer you go, the more bonuses you get. I'll not dig into this too deep, but our 88 days. So come day 88, this is a really important thing as well. You think 100-day miners. Most of the supply is not coming onto the market unless it gets forfeited. But at 100 days, there's already, after 15 days, there's already $4,000 of ETH. And this is at current values. If the market starts to move in any way, all these values go up with it. So there's nearly $3,000 of Blaze. So there's nearly $7,000 available in the 88-day pool. So this is, nobody needs to stake. On day 86, day 87, people that are in the miners for a long time can start to claim and throw their diamonds into this for a share of the pool. We've all seen how stuff like this happens before. We've seen it with Titan X. People staking to get their Ethereum page. You can stake in this protocol at day 87 to get a share of this. And the reason I'm talking about that is that it's about thinking about future supply. What value is going to be in here? What value could be in here after 88 days that will entice people that have been mining for a long time to lock their diamonds off the market, reducing the sell pressure? If you're going to stake, again, the bonuses are juicy enough for going from 288 to 888 that it kind of makes it worthwhile. So if you are eyeing up the staking pools, I could see a situation where many people that enter will, want to go that 888 to get as many bonuses as possible to get a bigger share of what's in this pool at that time. And because this is why it's a funny time in the protocol, because not a lot of people are paying attention to what's going on. And it gives the people that are here at the minute, if they do come in and mint, it gives them time to let the system mature and puts them in a position where, if the market's turning, if we are continually doing what we're setting out to do and these things are working for us, that the early participants will earn a lot of diamonds when a lot of other people aren't necessarily paying attention and could potentially maybe FOMO in at a later date when they see how fucking well this thing can work. So future supply, and again, and even the 288 days, that's not even that far away. That's going to be here in absolutely no time. But there's already, that's a long way to go for this one to fill up. And what sort of value is going to be in there? It's going to entice people to throw more diamonds into this pool. So yeah, loving it. And the diamonds price is actually holding up pretty damn well. It really is. That I would have thought, we've seen these downward trends in tokens before. And like I say, we're not telling anybody market buy. We're saying come in and get a miner. There's an 11x. At this minute in time, there's an 11x on a miner. Again, we do think that'll come down, but there's still a lot of room to play. But this has held up surprisingly well for me so far. This could be easily dumped down by people going, fuck this, I'm claiming my miners. Because most people, I would say most people going to look at, most people are probably already at a point where they've got their ROI'd on their miners, especially those early day one, day two, day three miners. I would reckon most of those are still probably in profit or not very far off it. And we haven't had anybody kind of go, you know what, fuck this system, selling and getting out, because there has been opportunities already for them to do that. The week one auction was a prime example of an opportunity for anybody that had a miner day one to claim it, stick it in the auction and get the fuck out of the system. But people have not done that so far. And I think a lot of people that are in the system probably sit and watch here and listen and know what the hell's going on, because there's a hell of a lot of people out there that are fucking paying no attention to what we're doing here. And there will be a time when they go, fuck, them boys did good. So Titan X Utils. Titan X Utils is a wonderful site within the Titan X ecosystem built by Dukes the Great and Keto. This site allows you to come in, and we can just quickly look at the ROI calculator. Now, I'm on the pro version here. There are free parts of this site. There are many free parts. Everything to do with the Diamonds protocol has been bought and paid for by Rich. so that anybody that wants to look and use the diamonds functions on this can do so for free. All the really, really good juicy parts of this Titan XUtils, where you can get so much data. You can run simulations on staking protocols, mining protocols, auction protocols. All this stuff is in this site. All the stuff to do with diamonds is free for everybody because Rich paid for it. He wanted all the users in Diamonds and Blaze to have as much information as possible at their fingertips. So like a really great site. You can come every day and look at this. This is an idea of all the auction protocols in the Titan X ecosystem. Blaze, as always, is the only one that's in profit, starts off in profit every day. Everything else, this minute in time, is completely fucking annihilated. We are not. We have profit every day. And that's already good. You've seen somebody else must have come into the auction when we were looking at it. Let's see. Because you see this figure, 1.5. Is that dropped on the DAP? No, it's showing. It must be a different input figure. So if you the ROI can go up or down based on how much you're putting in. Obviously, if you're putting a bigger number in, so if they've got a 1% ROI shown, maybe they're not putting in $60 worth. Maybe they're putting in. Now you put in $300. You're taking all the profit. Let's see. We'll go 30. Nope. 20. No. 15. Yeah. So they're basing it on about $90 worth of ETH going in. You can see here 185, 1.85%. We'll go back to Titan XUtils. Sorry, it's somewhere around there anyway. And well, that's based on $100. They're putting in $100, 1.5. So look, this site is great. If you haven't checked this site out yet, make sure you go and have a look at it. TitanXUtils.com, and you can play around with a lot of the free stuff, but like I say, if you want to dig into a lot of the other protocols, you'll need to pay for the pro version. Very worthwhile, in my opinion, especially whenever the markets start to turn. There's a lot of stuff, very impressive stuff in here. But we'll look quickly at the protocol analytics. Remember, if you look at tools and auction simulators, diamonds. So this will give you the stats of the auction. You can come in here and play around with putting in different figures to compete in the weekly auction. And this is all live data. I'm not going to look at this one just now, but if you wanted to play in the diamonds auction, you can come in here and put in the amount of diamonds you want to put in. 10 diamonds. You seen that? You see me on the site or on the DAP looking at it. You can calculate the returns of that. So share of the pool, out of a 20% share of the share of the pool, and I would be getting 133% at this minute in time. All these things change, you know how they go. But if we look at, I'm going to want to go and look at auction, mining protocols. We're not there, sorry. Tools, mining simulators. So if you're thinking about having a play around in diamonds mining, this is a really, really good place to start. You can see here we've got the market value, $3.18, $14.5 Blaze, and the price of ETH, we're just above $3,000 of ETH. So depending on your investment preference, if you have some Blaze, you can go. If you have some only ETH, you can go and participate in the auction. Try and get your hands on some Blaze there, or you can just come in with ETH, or you can simulate with a USD value. You can change the number of miners you're going to do. I don't think there's much point in changing that if you're kind of playing around. But say I have, I'm going to put in 0.05 ETH. What is 0.05 ETH? We can check that quickly on the Blaze calculator. 0.03, so 25. 0.05 is $150. We'll actually put that up. We'll put that at 0.01, which is going to be a $300, a $300 miner, 0.01 ETH. I should have just figured that out from the fucking Ethereum place, shouldn't it? Nice and simple. 0.1 ETH, so $300 in calculate miner. So as it stands, you're putting in $300 of ETH. That's obviously going to go and market buy $150 worth of Blaze. So it's going to show you here where your ETH is going. 60% of the ETH, 0.03 ETH, $190 is going to go and get added in to the diamond stockpile. That's going to sit in ETH until we use that to run through the buy and burn to stock up more X28 to add to the buy and burn. It's going to send $18 to the staking pools. It's going to send $30 to the Diamond Exchange, which is the weekly auction, and it's going to send 8% to the Genesis wallet. Now, it's going to show you here where the Blaze is going. 80% of the Blaze getting staked, so that's going to take just doing that $300 miner with just ETH. And when we're looking at the Blaze, the figures of diamonds and how we want to get it off the market, you know, just that $300 miner will remove 833 Blaze from supply and adding to the diamonds share in the staking on Blaze. It's going to send 125 Blaze to the vault for staking. Again, it's not hitting the market. It's getting sent to the Blaze protocol. The Diamonds protocol and getting locked off the market for 88 days, 288 days. So you can see here that, you know, it's just taking everything out of supply, and 8% is going to the Blaze, the Diamonds Genesis. And again, you can decide whether you think we will be good or bad players with the funds that we get. Will you do as much for our protocols as possible? I would say you've seen many people in crypto and ecosystems not do the best for their communities. And I think we are proving that that is our fucking intention more than, let's say more than anybody else, but you can see we're here and we're not giving up, and we're really, you know, trying to do everything we can. We didn't need to fucking peg X28. We didn't need to build this thing on top to try and bring Blaze back. We didn't need to do any of this stuff, but we're here working on something that we 100% believe in. So anyway, you can see here with your $300 worth of ETH where it's all going. And if you scroll down, it's going to give you your miner configuration. So $300 in, it's sitting at a 9. Yeah, it's at just under an 11, just under 11x after the 100 days. So $150 of ETH, $150 of Blaze, total $300. Diamonds, you will earn that number will get you 1,042 Blaze bought off the market. Match that with diamonds, you'll earn you'll turn 10.4 diamonds a day. So, and then you can claim at any time. But at the end of the 100 days, you're going to be up 100x, provided you wait 100 days. And okay, now start creating a price scenario. Day 17. If we're on day 17, we want to look at day 117. If we look at day 117 and we put the price, show them what the price is right now. I'm just going to scroll in on this and bring this down a bit. So we are simulating it's hard. Maybe I haven't played with this yet. Day active price points yet saying on day 119, which is going to be a couple of days after a new miner would end. The price of 95 cents. I wonder, can you change that in here? Nope. Oh, set a custom price. So diamonds is at, well, that's freaking 95 cents. So that's down. Let's see what happens here. It's at $3.30 at the minute. We'll run with this we'll put it at $1 just to make it easy and save that. That changes. Okay, so miner configuration. This is showing where the miner would be at things the way they are now. I've changed the price point for the price at the end of the miner to be $1. At the end of $1, at the end of 100 days, if diamonds is $1, your $300 will be returning you about 1,000. Your 300 will be returning you about $1,000. So 244% over 100 days. That is not fucking bad at this stage. If we're aiming for that, even that at this stage of the market, you know, somebody coming in with a few $100 can get 1,000 potentially in 100 days. This is why we're not saying market buy. This is why we're not saying these ROIs are going to be insane. We're trying to be realistic and not fucking just not promise the world, but try to do our best with where this thing could be. You know, even if we look at where we are at the minute, even if we come down to, well, let's just see what, I'm going to do this. Nope. Sorry, I haven't played around with this too much yet. Oh, day 61. What the fuck? Current price 318. Reset all. Sorry, folks. I've still got my miner in here. I'm gonna say, how did I get that up before? Fuck's sake. It's coming down here. Oh, you just clicked here. So let's say 50 cents. What's happening if we're all the way down from 3 to 50 cents? 72% ROI. So, I mean, it's not great, but it wouldn't be the worst in the world, would it? Whenever most of the things you're getting into are going down, it wouldn't be the worst. Now, again, I'm being really, really conservative here. This is kind of, you know, there's buy and burns here. I think we're well positioned in terms of what we've already got in our buy and burns, where we are with the amount burned, where we are with the peg, where we are with pretty much everything. So I'm just trying to really undersell this as much as possible so that people aren't coming in expecting fucking, you know yourself, these mad, crazy gains. We're trying to be realistic here. Now, that might entice you, it might not. But remember, it can get a lot better than that too. It can get a hell of a lot better than that too. So we'll see where we're at. Now, see, Rich Lanton, cheers for tuning in, Rich. We are 10 billion shy of 1 trillion X28. Are we actually, is it actually that much? Fucking hell, I didn't realize. So X28 leaderboards, there's over 1,000 holders of X28, and both our buy and burns, our buy and burn and our buy and add are in the top 8. I'll not go and look at those charts, but or at those Etherscan pages. But two of our contract wallets are in the top 8 of holders of X28. So I mean that's no mean feat at this stage of the game, with quite low participation, quite low community support, no streamer support, just us talking about it, us doing our thing. I think we're off to an absolutely phenomenal start, and people are sleeping on what we're doing here. 10 billion shy of 1 trillion Titan X. Is that now, Rich? Or is that now? Or is that where we'll be when we run through what's in the buy and burn at the minute? We can actually go and take a quick look at that. Look, folks, we'll look at that in a minute. Actually, I just want to show, you've seen the mining simulator. If you know, you can't win if you've no skin in the game. And we need support, we need participants, we need players coming in to play this thing. You know, every like I say, every dollar that comes in goes to great use in this protocol and in Blaze as well. So you can come here, Titan X Utils. It's already paid for by us, or Rich especially, not by us, by Rich. For everybody that wants to play around in Titan X Utils on the diamonds things, it's all free. So come in here and have a look at your miner configurations. Now, before, I want to have a quick look at the protocol analytics. You can come into analytics and click diamonds, and you can have a look at mining. And in here, you can, let's see, this gives you really great stats of everything that's going on. So future supply, 227 active miners. I'll just scroll in a little bit. 227 active miners at this minute in time. Whenever this is showing the figure, whenever all the miners go full length, so when they all hit their maturity of 100 days, This is the total that can possibly come out on the market. This is the total claimable at this minute in time. So out of the 227 miners activated so far, people have earned 31,000. This is the amount claimable today. And this is the amount that has been claimed so far. So only 1,868 diamonds have been claimed from 32 different miners. So, and then that's forfeited. These people claiming these 1,800 have forfeited 20,000. So there's more has been forfeited, or not more. It's not far off. 24,000 have been forfeited, and there's only 31,000 available. So again, lots of these stats and figures look really fucking epic at this minute in time. And again, you can just come in here to get the idea. This will show you what supply is potentially coming out on each day. These ones are days that have passed where people have forfeited diamonds or claimed diamonds, and that this will just build out more and more data over time. But this is showing you what the future supply coming out is. So we've got a couple of big days, but this could get severely annihilated when these staking pools build up as we get closer and closer to the maturity of these first 2 days of miners. So lots of great data in here, and you can come in and have a look at the wallets that are all mining. You know, you can see who's claiming, who's putting in more miners, and you can click into each wallet and see what they're doing with their miners individually. So lots and lots of great data to play around with in this protocol. Now, Rich is just saying there, we are moving chips into place at the moment. A few more pieces to move into place. Yes, I think I've given a good coverage of all the little moves and shakes that we're doing. And let's just take a quick look at the X28 that we have built up. Rich was saying there about 10 billion shy of 1 trillion. Having a trillion Titan X in a protocol with only 200 miners. I'll quickly have a look at the June dashboard, because this will give you another idea of kind of where we're at. There's only, so we didn't even cover the NFTs in the protocol at this minute in time, but there's 61 holders of NFTs. There are only 17 holders of liquid diamonds. And there are only 58 wallets that have created diamond mines. So, and only 5 people in the staking pools so far. So you can see how early we are here. We're early. We've got only these small numbers of people and participants, but you can see how much of an effect we're having on X28. You can see how much of an effect we're having on the Blaze supply. A third of it is already off the market in the fucking diamonds protocol. We have brought it back to parity. We brought X28 back to parity. We have almost 1 trillion X28 in our coffers. And our wallets are in the top holders of X28. So I think when you look at all that stuff, we're performing extremely well. The Blaze auctions are filling up most days. We have new miners getting created every day. Yes, we want more. Get fucking involved. Telling you that you want to be behind us whenever this whole thing starts to kick off. When this market turns, we will be fucking primed and ready to go with it. And we will use every part of this protocol to the best of our advantage for the protocols and the participants. It was the whole thing of me in Utah taking over Blaze, is that people invested in those projects. They believed in us, and we ain't fucking quitters. And we didn't have to go and pay more money to buy other people out and try to revive a project that everybody thought was dead, in an ecosystem that everybody thought was dead, in a crypto market that is fucking dead. But we did it. And we will, and then Rich obviously was here to build diamonds on top of Blaze. Fucking match made in heaven. So get your fucking miners started. Forget about all the hot shit, shiny objects pinging off here, there, and everywhere. Hone in on what we're doing. get behind us. We need a community. We need a sub-community within the ecosystem to really start getting behind us and help us achieve. You fucking, you want to help us, because we will fucking help, do all we can to help you. Believe you me. But let's have a quick look. We've seen again the June dashboard is well, I'm sure it's pinned in the Telegram. T.me/Blaze DeFi is the Telegram. We have Blaze and Diamonds both in there together, just to keep everything in one place. But in there, you can find the link to the June dashboard. If you want to have a quick look at some of those stats, you can see the supply stats here. We've got pricing ratios, but all the June information, the June dashboards, all that data that we just had a quick look at, the number of holders, number of miners, it will populate in this analytics section in here. I'm not going to wait. It takes a little while to pop up because there's so much data, but I'll not wait. But you can have a look at it in there. So add to LP. We are sitting with 286 billion. I'm going to, forgive me, I'm going to get my calculator out. 286 billion. 286 billion in the add to LP. And in the buy and burn, we have 567. Ooh. 853. What are you talking about? 10 billion shy of 1 trillion. That must have been at the end of or with what is currently sitting in the buy. So there's still another 15k of Titan X to buy X28. So maybe by the time we run through, well, yeah, that's it. I mean, that's it exactly. If we're looking at 15k and you're about 100, about $100 per billion, that this, what's here at this minute in time at these prices, will see us hit that 1 trillion Titan or X28 in the buy and burn and the buy and add. So, and remember, every single miner that comes in helps us buy more. So, yeah, let's fucking get it. Let's fucking get it. I'm going to quickly look through the few comments that we have here. Weaponhead, cheers for tuning in again, man. When moon, very, very soon. Hitting the moon very soon. Okay, look, that was a pretty detailed coverage, actually, of my take on our team, a little bit of what's happening in the market, a little bit what's happening in the ecosystem, and all the beautiful features in Diamonds, how it ties in with Blaze, and the opportunities that are there at the minute. We stream every Tuesday, we stream every Thursday, we stream most Saturdays, updating and educating people on Titan X, Blaze and Diamonds. So continue to support us, tune in, and every week you will probably learn something about what's going on out there, and especially what's happening within Diamonds and the Blaze protocols.
Down in the crypto holler, there's a gem called Diamonds Bright. 4 ways to join the fun, each one standing on its own right. Pick 1, 2, 3, or all, no strings to tie 'em tight. Check the white paper for details, it'll set you straight tonight. Oh, diamonds, shiny diamonds, independent as can be. Mix 'em up or pick a favorite, works for you and me. Diamonds, shiny diamonds, easy ways to win the game. Yeehaw, grab you, holler out the Diamonds name. On 10, 20, 225, store opens wide. Buy diamond certificates, we're here to hold them with pride. Earn these rewards every 28 days, steady as the tide. Long as you keep them NFTs, the goodies keep on coming inside. Oh, diamonds, shiny diamonds, independent as can be. Mix them up or pick your favorite, what's for you and me. Diamonds, shiny diamonds, easy ways to win the game. Yeehaw, grab you, holler out the Diamonds name.
10, 20, 225, the store opens wide. So diamond certificates, you earn ETH rewards from the protocol every 28 days. As long as you keep them NFTs, the goodies keep on coming inside. Yep, everybody that bought diamond certificate NFTs get Ethereum payouts every 28 days. as long as there's money flowing into the Diamonds protocol. So what a whoa! I fucking love it. Oh, love it. Let's pick another video before we start wrapping up. Let's pick another one. We'll go for. Let's play it.
Crashed in a vault, they gleam so bright. Liquid on the move, counting stacks all night. Staked in the pool, watch those numbers light. Diamonds are for me. Wait, 39% crushed, 59 in liquid air. Stakes so rare, just 1% to share. Diamonds are scarce, shine we care. Diamonds are scarce, shine we
Burning
care.
diamonds. Diamonds are scarce. They fucking sure are. I think we looked at the stat. Something like 158 diamonds in user hands. I mean, 158 at $3 is fucking less than $500 worth of diamonds in people's hands at this minute in time. You know, where's that original video? Where is that original one? Let me think. It's this one. This one. Listen to the end of this.
Look, folks, this is huge. We start going to put tariffs, big tariffs on ETH. We're going to make people buy diamonds. Diamonds, the best, the classiest. It's all about the diamonds now, more valuable, more powerful. Everyone sits talking about it. We're making buying and crushing, buying and burning great again, folks. Really great. November 11th is coming. It's a whole new game, folks, a winning game, the biggest. Believe me.
Diamonds will be very scarce in the market. Blaze is already pretty scarce on the market. So we're hoping for fireworks between the two. Blaze is very scarce in the market. Diamonds is very scarce in the market. I mean, even that video was made before the protocol even launched, and I think we really are achieving so far what we set out to do. Now, it's still very early, but the early signs are looking pretty damn sweet. So look, we'll call it a night at that. Anybody has any questions, feel free to pop into the Telegram, t.me/Blaze DeFi. You'll find me, Richard Utah, kicking about there, me in the UK, European time zone, them two losers, different American time zones. But yeah, happy Thanksgiving to all my American friends out there. I hope everybody's having a great day. And yeah, there probably won't be a stream this Saturday, actually. A lot of people are traveling, doing things with their families, usually Utah and Rich that look after that one on a Saturday. But we'll be back next Tuesday, and hopefully by then we'll see plenty more miners, plenty more participation. We'll be close to a trillion trillion X28 in the coffers of the Diamonds protocol. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Good night to everybody in my time zone, and have a great rest of your day in the Americas. Thanks, Rich. See you later, everyone.
In the mountains of the blockchain.